This episode of the Cosplay Life is brought to you by cosplayconventioncenter.com, one site to find them all. cosplayconventioncenter.com is your one-stop resource for all things con. Search for conventions by region, state, or theme. If you run a convention, you can search for merchants by category or for cosplay groups to help get the word out. Conventions can join the site for the low price of $6 a month or $50 a year, a savings of $22, and merchants can join for $4 a month or $30 a year, a savings of $18. Join Cosplay Convention Center today and be seen by thousands that you may not reach otherwise. Contact Cosplay Convention Center today for more details.
Sean! Boom!
That's the best I can do for Dad.
Yeah.
To get the rest of your awesome prizes.
Hello everybody, my name is Sean. This is my contribution to the Cosplay Life. I built a Warhammer 40k Space Marine, in particular, Space Wolves Chapter Grey Hunter. So this, just to give you a little background, this is something that I've always enjoyed as far as like the books and the tabletop game whenever I could play it for like a long time. And I've been wanting to do this for actually over 10 years now, but until recently couldn't get to it for one reason or another. It's moving around or didn't have the funds or any number of reasons. But last year I actually managed to be able to start it, so I actually decided to sit down and just do it, you know. So this is a first-time build, so there's a lot of errors that were made and a huge learning curve. But that being said, I'd still love to share it with you with what I have. So I'm doing this as a slideshow because unfortunately I don't have any video and I don't have that good of a camera recording thing. So I'll do what I can for you. Just recently went to Metacon. This is what this is from. Is Metacon of last year, and so we'll start with the boots. The shoes were actually built on stilts. I used PVC. You can kind of see everything in there. But it's PVC with wood, and the bottom is wood. And I actually made flex toe one, it looks neat, and two, it actually helps with its survivability because it's less strain on the boot itself. And that's actually how I get along. I actually have shoes that are glued and strapped into place, and it actually works surprisingly well, fortunately. You know, never had a struggle with that. So, you know, this is an extension on this one because when I built the shins, they were a little too high, so I had to cover the toes. So that was my solution for the time being. And that was the shin right there. It basically has wood trim on top because since it's foam, I have something to help hold it in place. So this was to give height reference. My knees are actually right about where the knee pads are. And inside the pieces, there's actually PEX tubing that's there to help give it shape. And when I originally built it, everything was kind of held by straps, so it was very loose and jaunty and shuffled around a lot. But I've been fixing that. I've been building joints and things of that nature to help keep everything in place. So this is the arms right here. This is actually how I originally started gluing everything, is I would pin it to foam and put glue down and then kind of use the pins on the foam to help clamp it in place. And for the arm joints, which this hasn't been changed yet, but it's actually nylon webbing glued on the inside and outside to help hold it in place. And that right there you're seeing right there, that's actually an extension for the elbow pad, because I didn't see exactly how everybody else did, so that was my solution to get that in there. And originally about the arms, they were held on with straps, but that got changed. This is the cod piece, again, PEX tubing, and I have straps in there, as you can see, basically barrel style to help hold it up over my shoulders, which now I have foam because it wears down on me a lot. And that top part right there is actually an extension, so it actually fits inside of the chest plate, which is right there. And this is the skeleton internal. Some of this has changed, but more or less it's all still there to help hold it, give it shape. And this is something else I did as I was going along. As I built it, I used caulking to help cover up the seams. And on the inside, on some pieces, there's actually some wood to help give it structure. And of course, for the chest symbol, I actually found a pattern for Space Wolves, doubled it over, and then printed out and cut it in as the chest emblem for that. And there's some batteries in there because I actually have a few lights and fans on it. Like you can see right here on the chest, the eyes actually do light up, and there's a little toggle switch right on the neck. This I'm actually very happy with. Most people just have a hanging bar that the shoulder pads hang off of when they build something like this, but I used a Lazy Susan with a wood trim that's on a hinge to help give more momentum with the pauldrons. And with the pauldrons, this is what this is right here. Originally the edges are supposed to be foam, but I was like, well, I want something with a little more rigidity and structure, so I did wood trim, so it's actually a pretty solid piece. And for painting the patterns, I painted in black, took painter's tape, put it over, had a pattern that I drew on and cut out, and then sprayed around it, and this is the end result. So that way I could get the line sharp. And then I went back and I touched up with it a bit. So this is pretty much how it looks now. And this is what I'm talking about, where I sprayed over the pattern. I don't know how that got out of order, I'm sorry about that. But, you know, it happens. Next part was the backpack. This I had, honestly, a lot of trouble with because I didn't see exactly how other people did it, and I'm trying to, like I said, build this for the first time. So as I was building it, I was trying different methods and different things and putting it together as best I could. And the inside actually has a wood plate in there that the fan is attached to. The emblem on this is also different. I 3D printed, you'll see that in a second. But it has an Arduino light that actually pulses on the back there, and on the two side sponsons, the two top ones, there's fans in there as well. And this is the final look of it. And you notice there's a lot of battle damage on there because Space Vikings. So for the helmet, this was the one I was originally building, but I couldn't quite get it right, and this is where I learned that the helmet is probably the hardest thing to build. But nevertheless, I decided to build my own. So when Space Wolves, when they go into battle, the lore for them is that they would oftentimes not wear a helmet because they have heightened senses that they use in battle. But this is a mock-up of the Fenris pattern helmet they have, which I built it out of paper first to make sure it's right, and then started building it out of foam. But basically the concept is that they help to work with their enhanced senses. And it's supposed to only be the elites that use them, but I was like, well, this would be a really cool adaptation to the suit. So made the pattern, have the helmet built, mostly built. I'm still working on it. Like the jaw piece, I need to get a thing trimmed out because I'm going to put stretched fabric over the mouth so I can breathe more easily and see through it. And then for the accessories, I actually originally had a bolter, but the build didn't come out so great. So I decided to try again and went with a bolt pistol. So found a pattern just like with the suit itself. Made a few changes, and added my own flares to it. Like for example, for the wood bait, for the handle base, it's actually wood as you see there. And this is where I'm starting to learn more about texturing, like on the bottom of the bolter clip. I actually did rifling on the muzzle too as well. And the handle has cross hatchings on it in addition. So unfortunately this was a rush build, so I'm probably going to build another one, but that was the end result of that. And the other one was a thunder hammer. So did a quick design, looked up images, did a quick design, drew it out, planned it out, got the pieces measured out and cut. I have a little bandsaw in the back that I can use for this. And as I would build it, did mock put-togethers. It's all sitting on a PVC pole that you can see right here. And that's the center bit where it's got some wood and it's got a stop that it's glued into to help give it more structure. And then sealed up. I also actually did some engravings, like the front has a wolf pattern, which I still need to get the lights in it. You can see the pattern right there, and that actually lights up behind it. It has runes. This side is in honor of a con chair for a convention I went to not too long ago. And then this side says, on the darkest night they come, the Sky Warriors of Fenris, which is a common thing that's said of it. So just like with the bolt pistol, with this I learned that heat treating the foam is very, very useful. It gives it more smooth and helps to make it easier to work with. So this is where I'm painting it. And this is pretty much the end result. That's the size. The handle got a little worn out because of the gloves I'm wearing. But, get it coated in plastic dip. I'm going to repaint it and coat it in more plastic dip to get more structure. And like I said, as I was building it, I'd put on as I went, make sure everything works out, see what modifications I had to change on it, stuff like that. And yeah, I did use hockey gloves for it. So, I do want to build some extended hands on the next one. And then I've just been trying to wherever I can, wherever I could. Like right here, this is over at Metacon. This happened just this past weekend for me right now. And this was out at Bruce Vento Park, out here in Minnesota, with David Glasgow. He went out and did a photo shoot with me. He has some fantastic work. I really love him for that. But so yeah, this is pretty much what my end result is, more or less. And I definitely look forward to sharing it more while I still have it. I say while I still have it because even though I'm still working on it and making improvements, seeing how to put this together, because this is, like I said earlier, this is a first time build. I've never done this before, so I kind of just dove right in and just went all out for it. But still got to improve, like working on the seams a bit and the paint and getting everything a little bit more square. But I do want to make another one next year. I'll probably end up selling this one off, I don't know yet. But I do want to build another one, and with everything that I've picked up from putting this together, I am really excited to looking forward to making another one. And also, even with this one, still looking forward to getting the helmet done and sharing it wherever I can at public events. I hope to be at more conventions and things like that. So yeah, but that's pretty much a quick highlight of my build. I tried to cover what I could because I know there's a lot to it and there's only so much time that you have to explain these things. But if you ever see me out and about, feel free to say hi. I have no problem talking up if you have questions or if you want a photo or anything like that. This is purely for fun, so I'm there for everyone's entertainment when I built this. So thank you for your time, and I hope you take care and do well for the rest of your day or your night. Thanks again.
And there you have it. Episode 7 of the Cosplay Life is now a wrap. Thank you so much to Sean for taking time out of not only your busy con schedule, but also your day to do an extremely intricate, detailed explanation of your design, of how you put everything together. That is greatly appreciated. That's exactly what we look for when we take submissions from cosplayers for the Cosplay Life. For a first-time build, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen for a first-time build. I wish my Cyberman, which was my first real EVA foam armor build, turned out half as good as that. And I liked my Cyberman. I think it turned out pretty well, but that shows how well and how awesome your Warhammer Space Marine was. The thing was just so freaking cool. So awesome job, and the sky's the limit for you, man. For a first time build, that thing was magnificent. So, you know, can't wait to see what you do next. As for you, if you, the viewer, would like to take part in a future episode of the Cosplay Life, you can message us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You can email us at abwcosplay@gmail.com. All of our addresses will be listed at the end of the episode. We can shoot you the information then. Episode 8 will be released in a few weeks. I cannot wait. We have an awesome cosplayer lined up. You will see the trailer in just a few seconds. So thank you once again for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Have a good night, guys.
Next time on the Cosplay Life. We travel to Liberty City Anime Convention in New York City and check out some amazing Inuyasha closet cosplay.